I'd been convinced by Jude's reasoning. We needed to puncture the illusion that we were human, that beneath the self-healing sin flesh, hearts pumped, lungs breathed, organs throbbed and cleansed and churned. I believed in the honesty. I wanted my outsides to match what lay within, the circuits and the energy converters and the twining networks of wires carrying artificial nerve impulses to an artificial brain. But that didn't mean I wanted to look like him. He reached out a hand as he always did, his lips curled into a smirk, like he knew I would say no this time, but that eventually I would say yes. His lips moved and, thanks to my latest upgrade, the word bubbled inside my head. Coming. But I waved him away. He shrugged and let himself drop into the sky. I edged toward the hatch. The first time I jumped, the fear almost drowned me. That was the point. To let go of the steel frame separating you from a 5-mile drop. Let go of the rigid, rational, controlled mode that separated us from the blood and gut orgs. Absolute control yielded to absolute release. The artificial sensation of fear released artificial endorphins, stimulated artificial nerve endings, unleashed a flood of artificial panic. And in the rush of wind and speed and terror, it all felt real. But the danger was an illusion, which meant the fear was a lie, and my body was beginning to figure out the truth. Pausing in the threshold, I raised my arms, and the woven aeronylon of the wingsuit stretched beneath them, silvery filaments shimmering. Then I stepped into the empty. As the wind buffeted me, I maneuvered myself flat, face down, limbs outstretched. The suit's webbed wings acted as an airfoil, harnessing the updraft to slow my free fall. Beneath me, snow-capped mountains drifted by at a leisurely 100 miles per hour. Above me, nothing but soupy sky. Here's the thing about flying. It gets old. I processed the sensations. Processed, not felt. The temperature, 15 degrees below freezing, frosting the few patches of exposed artificial skin. The thunder of the wind, the silver sky, the blinding white below, the specks of red, violet, and black circling and swooping in the distance. The air had no taste, no smell. Orgs had 5 senses. Mechs had 3. The suit's instruments recorded a speed of 105 miles per hour horizontal, 67 vertical, but this far from the ground, there was no fast and no slow. Despite the rushing wind, I felt like I was floating down a river, ambling and aimless. There was no fear. I let my body drift horizontal to the ground, and the wind sucked me into a flat spin, swinging me around at dizzying speed. For orgs, a flat spin is death. The body whirls like a centrifuge, a crushing 20G force of acceleration sending rivers of blood gushing toward the head, the hands, the feet, drying up the heart until it gives up beating. But for mechs, flat spins were just another perk, a way to turn the world into an incomprehensible smear. Without a puddle of fluid jostling in the inner ear, dizzying speed wasn't even dizzying. For mechs, dizzy was just a meaningless expression, like thirsty or nerve-racked or bored to death. I pulled abruptly out of the spin. Quinn and Ani swooped up, flanking me on either side. "Looking good, as always," Quinn VM'd in my ear, her digitized voice clear, her meaning more so. I shifted my body weight and let a gust of air blast me off to the right, buzzing past Quinn with enough force to spin her upside down. "Obviously, I'm a natural." Natural, the joke that never got old. "Naturally annoying," Quinn shot back, regaining her balance. She dipped down, dive-bombing Ani, who squealed as she wriggled away, flipping in midair. Quinn grabbed her wrist and pulled her into a vertical drop. "Catch us if you can," she called back to me. I could. I didn't. I activated the lifting jets, let my legs drop and began to climb past 14,000 feet, past 20,000, higher. Going somewhere. There was something metallic about Jude's voice, sharp and brittle as his features. It was strange the way the digitized VM voices took on some character of their owners. Away from you. But even 10,000 feet below, he was in my head. Good luck with that. I climbed higher, leveling